Spencer Sue here. Today is March 23, 2020. We are at day 6 of the shelter in place here in the Bay Area. Wanted to give you several new updates since the last video, as a lot of things have changed in the market in itself. So, I get a lot of questions right now. What can people do when they're at home during this time? Can you still shop? Can you still buy houses? The answer is it depends, but for the most part, you still can. New construction are still a great option for a lot of individuals. For the most part, none of that has been affected because you can always do a virtual tour to begin with and then place a deposit. Reach out to me if you have any interest related to new construction homes. That is still going well, and you may start seeing some discounts and reductions, so it's a good time to consider new construction. For houses on the market, you can still place offers and see houses virtually. Now, what I tell my clients is that if you like a house, don't be afraid to still make an offer. We would implement different types of contingencies so that you are protected. Contingencies related to being able to actually visually see it in person, so we can have that extended and have it in place up until the shelter in place is lifted. The other thing is related to appraisals. There is an unknown related to an appraiser coming out. Different banks have different people that can come in to help. So that is also an option when it comes to making an offer while there is less competition in the market right now. So those are a couple of different options related to the current market. People also ask me, do I see a big correction? The answer is not likely this time around unless we start to lose the engineering and high-paying jobs here in the Bay Area. The reason for that is because the government, the Fed, has been a lot more aggressive this time around than the previous real estate meltdown. Several things they have already done. You can already get mortgage relief, and this is for anybody. You can be personally affected, or you can feel like you might be affected. And so you can actually suspend your mortgage payments by talking to your lender. It doesn't take very long to do, and it works for your primary, your secondary, but also for your investment property. So this is an option that was not there before, where they just basically had to do mass foreclosures. The banks are much more well capitalized this time around, and they have a different program related to working with the Fed. Also, yesterday, the Fed made an announcement that they will do unlimited mortgage-backed security purchases, treasuries, along with now multifamily loans at this point. So there's a lot more that they have done in place to protect homeowners. Now, at the same time, the service industry is getting heavily affected. I'm not sure how any restaurant that's a small restaurant can survive at this time, and then never mind all the people that they had to lay off, including servers, busboys, different people that are actually serving people when you actually do a dine-in. So you can expect a lot of layoffs when it comes to that capacity, which is why the unemployment rate will jump pretty significantly. So I suspect from a rental market perspective, it should get softer because they're going to be unable to pay for rent. And the interesting dilemma at this time is the landlords have a way to extend their mortgage payments, but are they going to offer relief to the tenant? That is going to be very subjective. Every individual will make that call themselves as to what they want to do and what makes sense for those individuals. So that's my take as of right now. Today is Monday, March 23. If you have any questions related to the market or any thoughts, feel free to reach out at any time. I still have a lot of buyers are actively looking and browsing as we speak with the strategies that I just brought up. Of course, at the same time, many people are uncertain about the market as it's fair, but also related to the safety aspects of things. So that is entirely up to them. Last kind of PSA is related to continue to support the small businesses. I'm sure the chains are going to be just fine. The fast food chains will just be just fine, but support the small and medium-sized businesses. You can support them by either ordering takeout or you can order delivery. You can also buy gift cards. There are plenty of sites that are offering gift cards so they can get that cash up front to be able to weather this turn. The other thing is there's a lot of announcements, a lot of notes related to masks and donating them to your local hospitals. That is another option. If you or anyone you know has masks that you're not in use, the hospitals are our frontline defense. Without them, we're all in big trouble because they're actually ultimately prolonging life and helping a lot of individuals. So you have unused masks, please do donate them. There are many organizations that will take them. It's very simple and easy to do. Outside of that, let me know if you have any questions. Happy to be a resource at any time. Stay safe out there, and we'll be in touch up until the next video. Bye.